having me. I am what you call an environmental folk artist, and my medium is primarily found objects, which some people call trash, but to me it's treasure. And I started out as a potter, and I don't know if y'all have done a lot of ceramics or not, but it is not a medium if you're not a perfectionist. And you have to do so many things by the rules, and so many things can happen in the firing process. And for me, it was heartbroken because I am not a perfectionist, and I took shortcuts with the pottery and things blew up. And the great thing about found objects is there's no right or wrong way to do it. And everything you pick up is probably going to be perfectly imperfect because it's had a prior life and a prior use. And now what I do is I take things and I repurpose them and try to find a new use for them through art. And I was going to show you all some of my pieces just to get you inspired that really anything goes. I mean, anything. When y'all go home tonight, look around your kitchen, your garage. There's so much lying around the house that makes incredible art. Y'all are welcome to touch. That's what I love to do. If y'all just want to like slide this around and just look really closely and try to see what you think you can guess might be a piece of hardware. And yeah, and this is a piece of wood that I've just cut up.
Do you mostly just hot glue?
No, I showed Mrs. Shears. This is the best, the E6000. And what I like to do, and for you all, I think time is going to be a problem. Yeah, this is cardboard. Time is going to be a problem for you all. Is a big component to my artwork is cleaning up Charleston as well, because this city, as beautiful as it is and as friendly as it is dirty. So about once or twice a week, I go downtown with my little red bucket and I walk the streets and the parking lots and I look through dumpsters, and it's just amazing what you find laying on the street that people walk by and don't pick up, that I take home and I wash with Simple Green, and it becomes incredible material to use. So I was just gonna show y'all, these are all over the place, the rusted bottle caps. And the great thing about where we live is that the salt air quickly rusts things, and the rust patina is just amazing. Nails are awesome, and you'll save a lot of people from flat tires. And I find bottle caps, and what I do, I have my little hammer, and I'll smash the bottle caps down, and I'll turn them into like a peace sign, or I make flowers out of them. This fish is foam board. The reports you all do on the
tri-boards, yeah.
Tri-boards.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that Charleston Collegiate had a lot of the tri-board projects between the 8th grade exposition and 12th grade exposition. And what my kids would do is they would do their reports, and then once they got the grade, they'd throw them away. And I was like, no, we're not throwing it away. So I took this, and this is basically foam board that I've covered in paper mache collage. And then I just adorned it with bottle caps, and nails, and wire, and pull tabs like you've got, and washers. So y'all can pass that around. And then these are just some of the little things I pick up walking around Charleston. And since y'all probably won't have a whole lot of time to get out and about with your for your project, y'all can pass that around too. I was just going to show you some easy, simple things you can find at home that work great. I mean, if y'all have any cardboard boxes around, easy to cut up. This is all cardboard, and so is this fish. And I just cut and made different textures, and it's really cool the texturing you can do when you layer it. Yeah.
How long do you, for the houses, how long do you guys?
People always ask me that, and part of my deal being an artist is I start something and I get halfway into it And yeah, exactly. Or I find something better. So I work on like 4 or 5 things at a time. So I would say a week at the longest.
Oh.
But I'm not like 9 to 5 either. I mean, I'll go in my studio for an hour here, an hour there. If I had no distractions, I probably could crank something out in about 4 hours.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of distractions. My mind and the iPad are one of them. I was going to show y'all another thing you can use. Miss Shears is going to get y'all some of these, which are called nippers, and they are great. And I always use work gloves when I'm working with cans so I don't cut myself, because you can get a cut like a paper cut and they can really bleed. But y'all have a ton of cans around your house, I'm sure. Take the top off. Some cans are great because you can get both the top and the bottom off. And the top can be great. I use tops a lot as like little awnings, or you can just make all sorts of shapes. Like I can do a little crab real quick. These are my favorite things to do. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm like, doesn't that look like the shape of a crab body?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I get cutting. And I've got one claw. And then I get another claw.
What is this you're using?
Excuse me?
What is this?
Oh, I'm just showing y'all how quick you can use the can top to make a crab. But then the great thing is when you get these nippers, and I should have my gloves on and set a good example. I open this up.
Yeah, be thinking if you go home tonight and mom makes something for dinner, like beans or something, save that can.
Exactly. And so then what I do is I take it outside and find some pavement and I hammer it down. And so I've got this whole piece of flat metal that I can use for whatever. I could make a fish out of it. I could make flowers or whatever. And I mean, it's great. Wouldn't
It's
you
like having a
have?
piece of paper.
Y'all can make a sun out of this. I pick up wood on the beach. And yeah, I hadn't been out there since this big storm, and I'm sure there's a ton of stuff out there. The great thing about the wood is that it's free. All these supplies are free, and you just have to take some time to let it dry out. A lot of times you get wood because if I'm picking it up out of the street or the beach, it's a little warped, and you just have to work with it. But I start off and use the wood as a base, and I'll cut it up with, I have a little saw at home. You don't necessarily have to cut it down. You can just use it like this. This is kind of a neat piece. Do y'all know what this heart is made out of? A soup can. That's right. So I just made a bunch of hearts, and then I had a bunch of scraps laying around my studio, and I just adorned it with scraps, and I had a piece of wood that fit really well. Another thing I love to use, and everybody's got a ton of these, coat hangers. You just undo it. And this is great texture right here. This part. And then you can outline. If you want to put a little border around something, you've got great long strips of wire. I'm probably like a crazy lady doing all this, but I love it. And this piece I left fairly natural. My husband likes my natural pieces, but I love color, so I had to put a little color in there. But the Tostito top inspired me, from the salsa, inspired me to make a purple door. And then I used the rest of the can, I cut it up and used it as just accent. Another thing you all can do, since it's for the Charleston the Coastal Flower Show, is I pick up sticks, nice little twigs, and this is a fence made out of twigs.
So that could be the dried flower piece that we need to incorporate. That's dried plant material. That would justify, or would fulfill rather, what they want.
and seeds. I mean, just the sky is the limit. It's just whatever motivates y'all. And like I said, there is no wrong or right way to work with found objects. I think the only wrong thing to do is to be careless and cut yourself. But otherwise, I mean, it's all whatever comes out of your imagination. I picked up little rocks along the way and just lined this. But you know, just ask your parents if you can go through their toolbox, or everybody in their kitchen has a drawer in the kitchen that probably doesn't close all the way, that's full of wire and string and pins that are dried up. Go through there and ask your parents if you can have stuff out of there. And I mean, I think when y'all all get together and start compiling your stuff, somebody's gonna see something somebody else brought in and be like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, for instance, this is an old beach chair handle that broke down that I found just lying on the beach. So I thought that was kind of a neat look, and I picked that up and cut the handle of the beach chair, and so that's the base of my piece.